David Bartels here with Easy Seller Leads. I want to introduce you to Kim Walker. She's one of our clients. What part of the world are you in, Kim?
I am in the DFW area in Texas.
So, Kim, how long have you been a client of Easy Seller Leads?
About 5 or 6 months.
5 or 6 months. Okay. Now, before you were using Easy Seller Leads, what were you doing to generate seller leads?
So before Easy Seller Leads, I honestly wasn't very seller centric, but I was generating those leads by having another system,
Okay.
leveraging the cash offer system that I have. And so I was actually using that, and that's how I was getting some seller leads.
Okay. And so you were buyer focused at that time?
I was more buyer focused at that point, and then I decided I really wanted to be more seller centric. Of course, I have, quite a few sellers anyway, because again, through referrals and through that cash program, but I wanted to just kind of go all in and focus on it. And Easy Seller Leads, once I, spoke with you all, it just seemed like the perfect match at the perfect time.
All right. So what percentage of your business was buyers, and now what percentage of it is sellers after Easy Seller Leads?
So after Easy Seller Leads, wow, my buyers, it kind of flipped. So before I was probably more like 70/30, 70% buyers, 30% sellers. Now it's kind of totally flipped. So now I'm probably more 80% sellers, 20% buyers.
All right, very good. And had you experimented with cold calling, door knocking, mailers, or ads to get seller leads before?
Not a cold caller. So no, hadn't really done the cold calling thing because I absolutely despise it. Um, and so I was determined not to do that. But the digital door knocking, of course, and that was through, the digital ads and things like that, running those ads on Facebook and other platforms.
Now, I'm a guy that spent $50,000 on TV ads and I got zero listings. So
Mhm.
I'm super skeptical about advertising for sellers because I've never had any success with it.
Right.
Was your success different? Was that working for you to run ads to get seller leads?
Not really. It was more or less people would see me on social media and then they would, kind of inbox me, hey, I saw this or I saw that. And then they would ask me about it. And then, of course, my clients, since I push it out to my clients also, then they were a good referral source to let people know that I'm here and that I could help them sell their home.
All right. So do you remember how you found us?
I
And
saw
when
that on Facebook.
and when you met us and you chatted with us for the first time, what was your level of skepticism?
That was pretty daggone high. It was
Right.
high because, of course, I've, invested in other programs before with, who make a lot of promises that, oh, we're gonna help you do this, and you're not gonna have to do this, and it's gonna be easy, and we'll do everything for you. And then, of course, when you, invest the funds and get in, then they kind of disappear, and it's like, well, all you got to do is this, right? And so they just weren't delivering on the promise, right?
Right.
Because it was like, now I got to go spend 30 hours to figure it out. And that's not what I signed up for. I didn't have 30 hours, which is why I was talking to them in the first place. Same reason I was talking to Easy Seller Lead. But when you guys came, I simply listened to what you had to say. I asked the questions just like I have before, but there was something a little different. I don't know, it was just something different. I had a different feeling about, hmm, okay, they seem a little bit more on the up and up of what they're going to deliver. And then you had pretty much like guaranteed, like, we will have you leads and talking to people and appointments set for you. So you don't have to do any of the stuff. You don't have to go spend 30 hours in learning the system. We're going to give it to you. Here's what we're going to give you. This is how it's going to go. You're going to have an ISA, and ISA already was music to my ears because that meant now we have an actual person who's going to be having the communications that need to be had to get those appointments set. And so I didn't have to do all of the stuff and spend 30 hours going through training videos, all at your own time, on demand, and all the stuff. I mean, that's just not what I was looking for. And so what you guys had, it just really piqued my interest even more.
We made a big promise to you.
You
All right,
did.
that we were going to do all this work and you can just sit back and wait for appointments on your calendar and then go out and do what you do. That's the essence of the offer we made.
That's the essence of the offer. Yep, you
What
did.
it, what did you get?
I got exactly what you said, which was really, it just really blew me away because like my skepticism was way, way up here. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And so again, it was kind of this feeling like, theirs is a little bit different because they're not telling me I got to go watch some on-demand trainings and all this stuff. So I said, okay, let's do it. And so we did, and we're done. And here we are in 2 days. I was so impressed because you not only did you deliver on what you said, but you also delivered quickly. And so it didn't take forever to get me set up in the system. It was like soon as I got in there, it was like boom, boom. I'm getting emails. It's like this is what's next. And that's what I love because you told me exactly what was going to happen, and then it happened.
Right.
So you were delivering out the door. And so that was impressive. And then 2 days after I was all set up, I got my first lead. Well, from that first appointment, I actually was able to get the business. So that right there was a game changer because I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute now. Maybe this is gonna be good. And it's been amazing ever since then. It's really done exactly what you designed it to do. And that is to help me focus on the things that I need to be focused on. And that is having the conversations, getting in the door, and helping more people, not trying to filter through who's serious and who's delirious, is what I call it.
So one of the things that we promise people is a steady flow of ready to list seller leads without cold calling, door knocking, mailers, ads, and that's happening for you.
That is happening for me
So you've
every day.
been doing this a few months. How would you summarize the overall success? I know you've gone from 70% buyers to 80% sellers, which is
Mhm.
a big deal because listing agents make more money, have more consistent income, and have more time and money freedom. Not only that, but if you're a listing agent and you want buyers, nothing attracts buyers more than listings.
Exactly.
Buyers just fall out of the sky, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
really the best lead magnet there is, are signs in the yard listings for sale.
Right.
So I know you got your first listing in your first few days. What's happened since then?
So since then, of course, I've been getting consistent appointments and been able to, visit homes. Some people have, signed up, some people have not. And I like the quality of the leads because they already expect for me to call. So they know that they're going to have a call coming. And it's not one of those things where, oh, I don't remember signing up for that, all of the things that can happen, where people don't take your call. And it's just been really good, what I believe are quality leads, but anything can be a quality lead if you work it, right? And so you guys have just really delivered on what you said you were going to do. I actually have another property that's on the market right now, and it came from Easy Seller leads. And again, the majority of my sellers right now are coming from this system.
Right. So are you saying that it's not fishing and the fish jump in the boat? You got to actually go out and convert these leads?
No, you gotta be able to convert them because you still got to show your value, right? It just gives me more options, right? Because we have the 10-day strategy, but then anytime that it just depends on what someone is telling me, like what they're trying to do, that will determine how I strategically see what may work best for them. And so I am still leveraging some cash offers with some
Of
of
course.
the sellers as well, because the cash offer is something that they want. If they want it done quicker than going on the market. So the beauty is you're providing me with the people to talk to have get those conversations started and get my foot in the door, quite a few offerings that are of value that other people simply aren't able to offer. And so people like it and they like me. And I actually just went out on another appointment last week and end up getting two from that. One is a lease listing, and then they wanted me to help a relative sell their house. So we're working on that right now. I'm loving it.
I'm really happy to hear that. Listen, I think there's some misunderstanding really about how the 10-day strategy works. First of all, it's designed to be a lead magnet to
Mhm.
increase the number of conversations that you have. But when you go
Yeah,
meet with them, it's really about understanding what's in the best interest of the seller and then simply
exactly.
helping them get it. And sometimes the 10-day strategy isn't the right strategy. Maybe they need a cash offer, or
Mhm.
maybe they need a certain number and you just got to price it a little higher and hope the
Right,
market is there in order to meet their objectives. So one of the things that we're saying is that we'd like to come out and meet with you and talk
right,
about the different strategies to get your house sold fast and for your price or more.
exactly.
And see if it's something that makes sense for you. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not a hammer and everything's a nail, right? Sometimes we got to get out and we got to finesse it a little bit and really focus on what the seller's needs are and give them what they need in order to get the result they desire, right? Sounds like you've got that figured out. So
Uh,
you've shared some of the results. So it sounds like you've got a handful of listings. You got a pipeline of potential listings now as a result of that. So
right.
overall, how would you rate your overall experience after the first few months?
Oh man, it's phenomenal to me. I'm just like over the moon excited about the program, love the coaching, I love the support, which is also hugely important. So, beyond delivering on what you said you would do, you also have over delivered on the support that we have and being reachable. So, you guys have made yourself, you and Nick have done great making yourself available to the team. I love the community, the coaching calls that we have on a weekly basis. And you guys have just, I think you've just kind of hit it out the park. And it's definitely a model that other people really should adopt when they're trying to provide such a service. It's the truth. It just really is. And so I really appreciate you guys support the coaching and you always give, you being who you are and the experience that you've had, you've been able to really pour into this community and we're able to take those little nuggets that we get from those coaching calls and go make a difference in another way and kind of elevate it even more.
So you've been an agent for how long now?
Almost 24 years.
You're saying after 24 years of experience, you're coming on a coaching call and there's still some stuff that you're picking up and able to apply?
Absolutely. I think if you just allow yourself to be that sponge in this business and really take yourself there, you can be so much more valuable to your clients because things are always changing. So you need to be able to get on the boat when it moves. You need to be able to jump on the boat and change with the changes and just bring more value to your clients. So any additional strategies that I can learn that I don't already know or something like that, that's more value to my clients.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm here for is to benefit them.
One final question, Kim.
Sure.
What would you tell somebody who's watching now and is just not sure about using easy seller leads to get a steady flow of listings without cold calling, door knocking, mailers as if they called you up right now and said, Kim, what do you think about this system? I'm thinking about signing up. You would tell them what?
I would tell them to it's going to be the best investment that you make it because I've already made enough for all of us that didn't work. So get off the fence, make that investment in yourself because at the end of the day, that's who you're investing in. And you gotta bet on you every single day. And so easy seller leads is my best investment all year. And so get off the fence, get started and go get it.
Kim, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
doing this.
guys.